Hey guys, my name is Oliver Enkamp. I'm a professional mixed martial artist, and today we're going to talk about the clinch. So we have the Thai clinch or the plum clinch, which is this. I'm grabbing my opponent's neck to control him from here, maybe to throw knees or sweep him. We have the wrestling clinch or the over-under, where we have one arm under and one over, and the same goes for the opposite side. So this is where most wrestlers end up, and they try to come in on the opponent's body to take him down, right? Then we have one type of clinch that we refer to as the steering wheel, where I have the bicep and the neck. So I have inside control of his arms, so I can steer him from here by using the neck and the arm for a sweep, for example. The most basic thing and the principle that goes into all types of clinch is inside control. So I can never be successful in clinching if I try to grab my opponent from the outside like this, because look, Jesse will have the clinch, right? Even if I go for the neck, he has a clinch, right? So fighting narrow with your guard, punching inside of your opponent's arms, and grappling from inside with a narrow position makes you first on the clinch every time. So if we're striking with each other and suddenly the gap closes, if I keep a tighter guard, I will end up on the inside, and I will 99% of the time have better control than my opponent. That's the first principle, inside control. The next thing is, and also is one of the biggest problems, that people avoid the clinch because they get very tired. And that is mainly because they use too much energy. They use their muscles to throw around your opponent. So I have to move all his mass and throw him around, which makes me exhausted, right? So the next principle for a successful clinch is to lock yourself to your opponent, but move your own body instead of his body. So if we're clinching and I have a good grip, it's much easier to move my own body, right? So I can move my own body to get him out of position or get his balance off one foot to the other, instead of trying to throw him around, right? Maybe I will be the one who ends up on the ground then. We're going to look at an exercise to practice all three types of clinches. Clinches? Do you say clinches? I don't know.
Clinching? Yeah.
Clinching. This exercise will help you a lot, just being more comfortable in the clinch. Even if you don't want to grapple with someone, it's also a great tool to use defensively. So say Jesse is a great boxer and I'm feeling I'm getting outstruck here all the time. If I can't run anymore, I can always clinch up. I can close the space instead of running away to make him stop punching, right? And maybe that will give me an advantage in the fight. We have the upper level, which is grabbing the neck. We have the middle level, which is trying to get into the opponent's body with a body lock. And we got the lower level, which is trying to grab the legs, right? So in this first exercise, one of you is gonna be the aggressor. So Jesse is going to try to either grab my head, where he might throw knees, or he's gonna try to grab my body where he can break me down, or grab my leg to pull me down, okay? And what I'm focusing on is not to try to get away and run off. I'm gonna be here in his face and fight with him all the time, but only defensive. And we're using the principle of inside control here. So I won't try to reach for him like this, because you see all the space I'm opening up means he's gonna get the clinch on me. So I'm trying to narrow the gap between my elbows and my body at all times. For the neck, we defend by just raising our shoulders, okay? So if he tries to grab, I can just raise and I can turn for this arm like this, okay? So I make this space disappear, which is what he's trying to grab, right? By doing this and a little turn, okay? So we protect the body like that, we protect the neck like this, and if he tries to grab my leg, we'll simply frame with our arms, keeping a distance, and kicking the leg back. Whoop. So I push my hip forward and kick my leg back. So he goes for the leg, I will just go like this. So if we start just with the upper level, we will start clinching with the tie clinch or the steering wheel. So anything inside of his arms are good. The neck is good, the bicep are good, one of each is also good. So from here, remember this space, try to bridge the gap, and also use your shoulders actively to make his grip go away. So we just try to flow here without using any muscle, just going through the motions and trying to be inside of your opponent's arms, okay? So this is the first step of the exercise. So you can choose if you're going for the bicep or the neck. An important thing to remember here is to always drive with your hip forward, so you don't end up here because you might get hit with a knee, right? So we don't want those knees, so we use the hip to go forward and have a straight spine at all times. The only thing you can actually tense is your neck muscles. So you keep the neck straight, not too high so you get elbowed. Obviously you have control of where your opponent's arms are. Okay, next level. We only use the middle part now, so the wrestling clinch or the over-under, as we say. This is called an underhook, and Jesse has an overhook on me, right? So from here, we will both try to come inside of the opponent's arms like this, but we start with one arm each. Same principle here, closing the elbows and driving forward with the hip. Important thing is also to keep a straight back, so you use your legs and your butt to drive and don't lean on the opponent like this. If I'm trying to reach for him here, he can easily just step to the side and throw me like this. So I don't want to give him my body weight. I want to own my own body weight at all times. So my weight needs to be centered around, over the feet. So I'm pushing my weight into him instead of leaning on him, you see? So once more, I keep my hip to drive, pushing forward. Shoulders above the hips, hips above the feet, so everything is aligned like this. Okay, and if we add the lower level to this simple exercise, if he just tries to grab the leg, I will simply frame by pushing my arm from the shoulder joint. So not from the bicep like this, because it's a small muscle, it gets smashed easily like this. So I make the arm stiff and I stop from my shoulder joint. Sorry. And at the same time, kick my leg back. So now we did every individual part, now we combine them, okay? Jesse's gonna be the aggressor, so he can try to grab the neck, the body, or a leg. I'm just focusing on my alignment, keeping a straight back and using my legs so I don't fall or lean on him, and keeping my elbows tucked into my body, okay? So just start to flow from here. I try to pummel inside all times. If he goes for the neck, I will use my shoulders actively to stop it. If he goes for the body, I will just tuck my elbows. If he goes for the legs, I will stretch him out. And I will always be here fighting with him. I'm not trying to escape or run away. Okay. So, another step we can add to this is head control. Okay. Right now, I haven't even mentioned it, but head control is this. I'm steering his head with mine, so I have control over where he is at all times. I can use my knees and stuff from here. So if he tries to drive his weight into me, this makes him more attached to me, compared to if I can pummel my head in here, I can keep him at a greater distance. And it's hard for him to grab me if his head is looking in another direction, right? He loses all his force power forward, okay? So let's do the same exercise and just add the feeling of our head position, okay? So we use the top of our head and try to keep the other guy's head looking somewhere else, okay? Without headbutting each other. So still relaxed and in a flow state. So Jesse's still the aggressor. He's trying to pummel in on me. Just trying to keep on the inside. I'm using my head all the time to stop him. I'm here fighting all the time without trying to grab him. I'm just keeping my arms on the inside, my elbows tucked. I notice all the level changes and so on. So that's the second step of the exercise. Now we can add to this, both are the aggressors. So we can add our throws, our foot sweeps and takedowns into the mix, and also knee strikes and elbows, of course. And if you have gloves, you can add some dirty boxing, like shots to the body or shoulder bumps, uppercuts from here, okay? So we can decide that we do every other takedown, and we don't try to defend the takedown. We help each other find the opportunities for an entrance, okay? But let's just first start with adding a few strikes. So we will pummel in the same idea that we just did, but now both of us can throw in a knee strike, elbow, careful with the elbows because it's easy to get cut even if you don't throw them hard. And body shots, shoulder strikes, okay? So let's try. We don't have any gloves right now, so we'll be extra careful. We try to go on my legs, so next I will try to go on his legs so we can train the same defense. So we're helping each other out. So into this mix, we can add the takedowns. I'm not gonna show any specific takedowns because there's hundreds, thousands maybe of takedowns you can do. But there's different kinds that you can categorize the takedowns in. You have the upper body takedowns. So means if I have my underhook, I can use my grip and my elbows to break his posture, and from here I can just step him over, okay? I can also find his arms for arm drags to get the back. From here I can just lean, or I can throw him like this, or go for the legs, of course. We have all kinds of foot sweeps. For example, this way, I can pull his leg forward and sweep from the inside. I can turn around and sweep from this side. So you have all kinds of foot sweeps, and it's easier to find these opportunities if you go slow and easy like we just showed you. So you don't use too much muscle and get tense, but you actually mix the takedowns every other time into your strikes and your pummeling. And the last kind of takedowns is the lower level, where we use the arms on the opponent's legs. So if we're up here, he has a lot of focus on protecting his neck, for example. I can drop down for the legs, or maybe a ducking under, or maybe dropping down completely on my knees to take him down. There's so many takedowns to choose from, so I'm not going to show any specific ones, but you can add whatever takedowns you like into this exercise. So that's some new tricks for you to play around with, and please let me know what you think of the exercise in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.